Welcome to Hold Up. It's not Josh Johnson. It's not Dulcé Sloan. It's me, Roy Wood Jr. And on this episode, we're going to be talking... Wait, why y'all looking at me like that?
Because it's not... You're going to say it's not us and we're here. If we weren't in the room, if you were in the room and you were like alone and you said, it's not Dulcé Sloan, it's not Josh.
No, but it's like with the news. Like when you hear a new voice, they'll be like, where the fuck is the other anchor?
I'm just saying, when you have a guest on a podcast, you introduce the guest. The guest doesn't introduce you. Like when you have visitors, they don't open the door to your house.
First off, I thought since I'd already moderated y'all's special episode a while back.
Which one was that?
The one a while back I came in.
We did before.
What?
I came in on a previous episode and moderated some shit between y'all, so I thought that I already had keys to the crib and that y'all wouldn't mind me
I thought there was a promo thing.
Well, that was what I'm saying. That's what it meant.
But it was an episode.
Is that what before we figured out what the format of this was?
A promo counts as an episode. I know it was just a short little commercial. Okay, that don't count.
No, Negro, don't count.
Then you know what? Y'all do your own intro.
Okay, well, hey, everybody, it's Josh Johnson. I'm a writer for The Daily Show.
See, your energy ain't even right.
Hey, what you not gonna do? What you're not gonna do is come on this podcast and tell Joshua Ezekiel Johnson that he is not introducing the intro like the way he need to be introducing niceties.
Okay. I feel like I'm introducing it the same way. If anything,
every time
somebody has not listened.
Oh,
accusations.
How many episodes of that podcast have you listened to?
I will say that I am Team Spaghetti.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
It was spaghetti versus lasagna, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spaghetti because it's more pliable, it's easier to make. Lasagna is a whole ordeal.
That was my whole point.
Yeah, but you were wrong.
Look here.
What?
You think just because we in this tiny room
Hey.
that neither one of y'all can get it? Hey. I know both your mamas. You understand?
I am not afraid.
I have had dinner with both of your mothers in the city of Atlanta because that's where black people live. Okay?
Oh, shit, T-Pain.
Yeah, we had dinner with T-Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do know my mama. Okay.
And I had Korean barbecue with your mama.
Okay, my bad, Josh. Go ahead with your introduction.
Okay.
I apologize.
The disrespect. How you gonna come in somebody else's house and tell them that they wrong? In the trailer where we pay rent.
My name is Josh Johnson. I'm a writer for The Daily Show, and I am joined by...
Dulcé Sloan! Listen, just imagine that as a fireworks.
Okay, yeah,
sound.
With a pop.
With the... Yeah, because apparently... You know what? Fuck it. I did what I said, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, y'all trying to act like I'm not out here making these noises. And I'm where, Josh?
You're in here.
No?
Out here. Noise making.
In the
mall? Oh, okay, with your father. Yeah. I didn't know that. That didn't feel like the tee up that you thought it was, because it was like,
you know what?
I just said one word, so I was like, in here.
You know what? I'm in here. I'm out here. We out here.
Yeah.
I apologize. I did not give you the proper information, the proper tee up, as you say.
This episode is a very special episode. This episode is where we get the most interaction that we've had with all of you. You know, this is the episode where we get some of that feedback, some of these opinions about what we said and who's on our side and who's right and who's wrong and everything.
And who's supporting a good Christian woman.
And then Roy is here to moderate, because if left to our own devices, as good of friends as we are, I feel like per comment, per subject, we would get too distracted.
I'm a walking tangent. I'm a man. I am not helpful a lot of the time. I have so many things going on in my brain, because as a creative person, you know, the person who has like the things like just the synopsises, like pop it off.
The what's?
Listen, I've been hanging out with PDD Amber.
But you see plural. The way I'm used to people touching the temple. I'm not used to this and then this over and then this back.
Well, see, the thing, this is just thinking.
Okay.
This is synopses firing. You understand?
Somebody told me one time.
Do you mean synapses?
That's what I said, synopses.
Oh, I thought you meant like multiple summaries.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Synopses, not synapse. You know what? Let's go on to the first YouTube comment.
Nah, make it plural. Y'all not gonna do me like this. How you make it plural then?
Look, it's a pleasure to be here and take a walk down memory lane of some of the biggest arguments that you two had.
Conversations.
Hey, look, whatever synopses you want to put to it, you go right ahead.
I have a whole bowl of fruit that I will throw.
The first comments come off of the very first episode, Conscious Rap versus Club Bangers. Let's get to that.
I'm not a huge Kendrick Lamar fan because I think he sounds like a Muppet.
So you could have stopped at not a huge fan. See, this is what you do. This is your whole vibe. You like to put your foot on the line and make sure your toe is over it. Like, why?
10 toes down, baby.
Why would you even need to include that? But I can respect you not being a huge fan. I'm just saying I think that.
But when you say you're not a big, like when you say you're not like a Kendrick, people are like, people want quantifiers. Well, why? Well, what is it? And my reason is his voice sounds like it's being done by Jim Henson. Y'all didn't even play the best line of that where Josh talks about his hatred for the song "Nuck If You Buck."
Oh, we don't even have time to get into Crime Mob and Club Bangers.
Josh, how do you feel about the song?
You know, at the risk of losing the people who I have, I'm just gonna say it's not for me.
I'll tell you what he said. He said that "Nuck If You Buck" sounds like a GED being thrown down the hall of a juvenile detention center.
That's pretty good.
I recall something to that effect.
That's pretty good.
And of course, we have to, now you can finally confront Roy about the award.
Oh, yeah. You did betray me.
Listen, I'm not here to unpack all this shit.
No.
I'm here to talk about the YouTube comments.
I hear you, but you got to acknowledge that.
How did I betray you?
When I made the award, I was going to say first place, and you told me to change it to runner-up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because second place stings a little more.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, it just stings a little more.
And it was a betrayal because you didn't have to say anything. You know what I mean? That's the first piece of mail I got in this building.
That's why he's always so upset about it.
The runner-up for the Nuck If You Buck.
Yeah.
For knucking and bucking and being ready to fight.
Yeah.
And I expect this type of thing from Dulcé. But
Yes.
like when she told me that I was like, not one of my heroes. Just imagine if Babe Ruth signed your baseball, then spit on it and threw it in the other direction. You'd be like, wow, I'm showing up, this fresh face, excited to write and work with Roy Wood Jr. I've been watching him for years and everything. And then Dulcé tell me like, oh, the last part, the part that's the worst, that was Roy's idea.
Tell Cersei I wanted to know it was me. Conscious Rap versus Club Hits. Here's some of the YouTube comments. Number one, I would go straight for Josh. No joke. We should clone him. There needs to be more people like him in this. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you. What?
That's nice. Do you engage YouTube comments?
Sometimes.
Just as a broader sense of thing?
Nah, I like having self-esteem, bro. I'm already working hard enough to keep it on my own.
Like people talk about Instagram and Facebook stuff. I like YouTube and I like Reddit because they got the time.
Let me tell you something.
You get a critique from somebody on YouTube or Reddit, oh, it's been thought through. Social media comments are just, stupid.
Social will be mean for no reason. But when YouTube is mean, at least in my experience, because I'm not surfing the internet as a woman, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not getting the level of toxicity. A lot of the stuff that I get is pretty well earned. And I remember I did a Comedy Central set years ago, and it was when I had my afro, right? And it was not at its biggest, but at its second biggest. So we're talking like pre-pandemic afro.
Ron Taylor fro.
And the first comment, top comment, was because in the thumbnail I'm smiling, just like giving like, happy days and everything.
Yeah.
And the first comment was, Josh looks, I had shaved as well. And they were like, Josh looks like a single mom just trying to make it. And because then when you click it, I was wearing like a shawl. so because I don't know, it was fashionable. I felt suave in it,
Oh, Lord. Next comment. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca Johnson says, so this is where Josh Johnson went?
Yeah.
You went in on Lil Wayne?
Mm-hmm.
This is where you went on this topic? How dare you, Josh?
Well, as someone who's also from Louisiana, I feel like I can, and then for someone who has ears, I feel like I also can. I'm not speaking to his lyrical ability or his level of success or his business acumen. I am speaking to his voice that I can hear, and we all hear it. You know what I mean? When he does that little like with the ball, that thing right there is drugs. I have no problem saying it.
Duffel bag boy.
Yo, duffel bag boy, right? Yo.
Duffel bag boy, it slaps.
Yeah, but that's
also,
before the drugs really got a hold of his.
The first time I heard Lollipop, I thought aliens were landing.
Yes, exactly.
We were at Camp Record Store, and it was me and my homegirl, because we didn't have a job. It was middle of the day, God bless. And we were just, I think we were singing out like DJ Monte. You remember like all them camps, like DJ Jelly, all of them?
Camp was a local collective of Atlanta music creatives during the early aughts.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. And they had record stores, and you could just be there. And so we were sitting there minding my business, and then Lollipop starts playing, and it was the first time anybody had they just started to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like it came on the radio like 2 days before or something like that. And it starts playing, and me and my homegirl were like, "Bitch, is that aliens?" Because they were just something about that boop 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 boop, and we're like, "No, I think this might be." And I just heard Shawty. I'm like, oh, it's a song. It's a song. But when I thought I was sober, it was like 3 p.m. And I legitimately thought the sun was out. And me and my homegirl went, aliens? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
So Jay Peterson had one that I wanted to get your opinion on, Dulcé. They said, quote, can I just say Josh is my doppelganger from another color? Now,
no.
We don't know but we don't know what color Jay Peterson is.
He's white.
You don't know that.
He's white.
There are other colors.
No person of color would say that. Can they just say Josh is just my... Can I just say Josh is my doppelganger?
Here's my question to you off this comment, Dulcé. It has nothing to do with conscious rap versus any of this other shit. Have you ever met your white doppelganger?
No.
You've never met a white woman with a fro?
I've never met a white woman with my face.
Touche.
I would love to believe that it's Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I love that it's just Jay Peterson.
Yeah.
What's the last one? I think we have one more. From Lavora Battle. Lavora writes, love this, but I have to say, Brenda's Got a Baby is the reason I'm not a Tupac fan. I would literally turn off the radio, damn Lavora, and go play outside when it came on. Otherwise, totally with Dulcé. I want to bop.
Okay.
And Tupac had a lot of bops, but Tupac every now and then would have hey, y'all, we got to get it together. Changes.
Yeah.
Smile for me. Don't murder.
Right.
And then
but
this
also,
next song will be about murder.
Yeah.
I mean, duality. One, it lets you know, first of all, the fact that she was turning off Tupac and going to play outside.
Mm-hmm.
Lets you know how old Miss Lavora is.
Mm-hmm.
Second, nobody likes Brenda's Got a Baby. No one enjoyed that song. It was so sad. You could not. The
fact that they played it on the radio
is wild.
Conscious rap didn't get played like that back then.
No, and then it was like,
but it was because it was pop. They were like, all right.
But then you'd play it and be like, play California Love. I get this taste out my mouth. But like I've hered it maybe 2 times and like, ugh, this wasn't even.
But it's not that different from Dear Mama in the sense that it's about the hardships of growing up in the hood. And it's low-key one of the most pro-feminist songs Tupac ever did was Brenda's Got a Baby.
Telling me California Love was a pro-feminist?
I mean, there was some girls in there shaking their ass out there in the desert. Which, sidebar, that California Love video, not sexy.
Like, even when you talk about beaches, it depends on the beach, because Stranded is not sexy.
Yeah. It's
you know what I mean? If we're just out somewhere, even no matter how nice it is, if we can't get home,
Yeah.
or where we want to get.
Got to find a lagoon or something. You
Sex
got to
is
wash.
not on my mind.
All right, you're not with us on this one. Okay.
Listen, I'm just like, I was like, where could I be stranded and would want to have sex? But it's like we stranded, but somebody coming to get us, I'd have sex.
I think what it is with a song like Brenda's Got a Baby, I think the issue with conscious rap is that what are you listening to the music for? Are you listening to music for it to emotionally let you feel something, or are you listening to music to escape? It's no
You ain't
different
escaping nothing if you listening to Brenda's having a baby. They pulling you to this awful world.
But I'm saying that's what some people. It's like the people who enjoy the torture porn that is documentaries and true crime novel podcast stuff.
Okay.
Like that's people who like pain.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
there's people who just want to watch 90 Day Fiance.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, think about that City High song.
What would you do if your child
Now
was at home?
that's a way that they've been
and
able to
he's
come.
hungry and he's a little bit of.
You got to sleep with a man for a little bit of money. So they were able to make. It's the only time where a truly socially conscious song has been a bop.
Yeah, that song
The
was
only
really sick.
time?
What's name another one?
Yeah, that's true. And that City High, that
I
group,
think J. Cole's Middle Child was good.
and that group ended
I
up
don't know that
breaking up because of like love and drugs. They had their own drama, so to say that they weren't like aware of the horrors of the things they were singing about. So yeah, you know that shit came from the heart.
Yeah.
All right, new topic. Now this was another one that you all got into. The debate of summer versus winter. I am team winter, just for the record.
The fuck? Why?
Because I grew up the same place as you, D, the South.
Yes.
100 degrees.
Yeah.
Everything I did was outdoors my entire childhood. I don't think I was even inside until school. That's the only time I was in air conditioning in the South. And then I grew up playing baseball, so I'm just outdoor. The heat, you could be butt naked. It's still 100 degrees. But you
Yeah.
can dress properly for a 10-degree wind chill.
Drenched, dehydrated, heat stroke.
Oh, you had one of them mamas that wouldn't let you inside.
Oh, 100%. I spent every summer in Mississippi outdoors from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Nah. wait a
Literally.
minute. No, my mama wanted us to come inside.
No.
Also, we lived in Miami, too.
All right, let's that's different. See, you had a fucking beach. I was outdoors in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Hey, you think niggas went to the beach all the time?
No, yo, I know people in Miami that's never seen the water. Like, this shit
Yeah.
is wild.
Niggas. They would go to the beach with their hair and nails done and never get in the water.
Yeah. Be like, I can see it.
Let's go to the clip before we go to the comments.
Your most fun activities are during the summertime. Oh, so you enjoy snowboarding? You enjoy tobogganing? You enjoy skiing?
It's not about snowboarding or skiing, all right? It's about having like a nice nature walk in the winter. If I'm in the woods in
It's
the winter
cold.
when
Why
it's
are
snowing,
you out? It's 30 degrees outside. Go inside.
what do you mean?
It's
You can
fucking freezing.
People act like you can't gear up for the winter.
Ugh.
You could be so comfortable if you just gear up for the temperature. In a heat wave, you can't take off the skin. You can take off everything, but you'd be naked and still hot. All right. But in winter, you gear up enough and you're just comfortable.
Until you go inside somewhere and then you're sweating your life away. Because that's the other thing about the wintertime. Is that
Oh, okay. All right. The other thing about the wintertime is
it's so hot indoors. Let me tell you something. I hate being hot. I hate being cold outside, and I hate being hot inside.
I can't believe that line got me twice.
What?
To sweat your life away. I was actually laughing on beat with my last laugh.
I love what Abby Wise said here, though, Josh, because I didn't think about what you said in that context. Abby said, quote, I never thought Josh might be a serial killer until he mentioned nature walks in the winter.
Look at God.
That is some killer shit. Now, I ain't say nothing about going on a nature walk in the snow. I ain't say I like snow. I just said I'd rather go to war with a wind chill than heat index.
Yeah, I enjoy the snow. I think the snow is great, and I think the place that the snow is the best.
That's because you grew up in Louisiana.
But that's a sub-winter conversation. That's a conversation about winter within winter. What do you like to do during winter? I'm just saying, if
you like to make snow angels and shit,
Yeah.
have snowball fights.
Yeah. Yeah. Why are you humming like that's suspicious?
have you ever had a good time in the snow? Like, did you ever go in the
Snow is fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
The first 2 days. and then it keeps being there.
Yeah, so it's like
So then it's just covered in piss, and then it's like dark. It don't stay pretty.
You're talking about city snow, though.
Oh, country snow?
Country snow is great.
Gatlinburg. You ever go to Gatlinburg? You ever make that trip with the other black folks to do the pajama weekends every Black History Month? That's like a Southern thing.
I wasn't on. I wasn't that black.
Okay, well, I was at a black college, so.
No, I went to a no. I went to a very white school. I have no student loans.
Next comment. Must be nice. Can't relate.
$85,000 degree, baby. These white folks pay for everything. Look at God.
Philip Loren said, quote, I knew it. I saw the topic and I said to myself, there's no way she's not a summer girl. Staying out on those late summer nights, enjoying the sunshine and beaches, and Mr. Staycation is definitely a winter person.
Oh, he listens.
I love this show, but feel bad for Josh sometimes. Damn. See, this is where them YouTube comments get deep and they start breaking your ass down. I love this show, but feel bad for Josh sometimes. How does he ever expect to win an argument against this woman?
Damn.
Easily. All right.
This comment could have ended at sunshine and beaches.
100%. And the thing is, okay, look.
He did came for
Put that slow knife in your ass.
Look.
Bro, he stabbed you with a spoon, dog.
Because a
sharpened spoon.
This is what happened, though. I think over the course of the season, there were a lot of things that we chose to talk about where Dulcé's opinion, as well as her, her point, appealed to the people in a way that, look, I was by myself. I could not appeal in the same way.
Somebody called you a serial killer, bro. I've never been called that. I've been called sassy.
Yeah.
So,
no one ever said I was taking lives repeatedly.
So later in the season, you'll see where I start to pick up some steam. All right?
But he called you Dexter Morgan from Miami PD.
This is wild.
I'm really just trying to, stick to the overall topic, like stay on the show.
The Grind, MLG.
Yes! I was waiting for somebody to bring this up.
Jumped in. The Grind is officially a running gag in these debates, and we'll never get tired of it because I'm dying from the absolute creative improv going on there.
Summer's about a lot of payoff. You're out in the world, you're getting to see your friends, go on vacation, stuff like that. The winter time is about the grind, all right? It's about staying home. No. It's about staying home. It's about no days off. It's about doing what the other people don't see because you're inside grinding, okay?
Now, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's very true.
Thank you.
Oh, like a grasshopper and an ant situation.
Yeah, the winter is where you, work. Summer is where you show off the work.
Mm-hmm.
Summer is also where you recruit the friends you'll need during the winter.
Yeah.
It do be too cold to make friends.
I can't tell you, as a big bitch, as much as I love summer's when I have to take a knee. Because wintertime is a big bitch gig. Cuffing season, big bitch gig.
Oh, so you got to put in work. You got dudes trying to holler and all that.
My ex would act right from Labor Day to St. Patrick's Day.
Nice.
And once the weather started to change, once that little bit of pollen,
that first pollen sneeze, he gone.
Niggas gone.
Achoo. All right, baby, it's been good.
And all of a sudden he ain't answering the phone. But December? Oh!
Wait, what is this? Explain this to me from E. Schwartz. Quote, the minute Dulcé said New York is hot wrong, I knew what she was talking about.
I love sitting outdoors, but also I know that New York is hot wrong.
What do you mean?
It's building hot. It's not nature hot.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, somebody else likes nature. Oh,
it's that concrete. It's that concrete heat, and then the funk. Don't throw nothing at them. Don't throw nothing. I'll tell you about. Don't.
All I had was an apple.
Don't throw the apple.
Also, we're on camera. I can't disrespect a man like that. We won an award.
Yeah, you're right. Also, I think with New York, it's an issue of the heat odor. It's the garbage juice in the.
But it's truly the fact that.
Yeah, cement heat is different. You're not wrong.
It's different.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, because one of my dreams was to be on David Letterman. And when he canceled his show, I was like, I'm almost there. But anyway, I remember watching David Letterman and him literally frying an egg. Because I always say, it's so hot to fry an egg. It's so hot to fry an egg on the sidewalk. And I remember him going outside, And that's when I found out that late night shows are filmed during the day. Because people ask me about Daily Show and they'll be like, oh man, you tape so late at night. And I was like, what?
Oh, yeah, you know there's a background behind them, right?
That's not a window. That's where, so when I saw him actually cook a pre-chicken on a sidewalk, I was like, oh, and I was like 16. I was like, this place is a nightmare. Because if the ground is hot enough for you to cook food, I ain't never seen nobody cook. I've seen the heat waves come off. I've never seen anybody try to cook food on the ground in Georgia. And listen, I know they know it's hot, wrong, because a couple of years ago, I was supposed to do Ozzy Fest, and they canceled it because they said it was too hot. And it was going to be 92 degrees outside. I called my mother.
Oh, baby, what in the...
Thank you. I called my mother because she asked me about it. She's like, you not doing the Ozzy Fest thing that you was going to do? I said, Mama, they canceled it. She said, why? I said, Mama, it's a heat wave. And she said, how's it going to be? I said, 92 degrees. My mama laughed for 15 minutes.
Mardi Gras one night, it was 98 in New Orleans at night.
At night. I've seen where it was in the 90s in Georgia at 2 a.m.
Now, I'm looking at some of these YouTube comments, and I think that there needs to be a second podcast where we just allow people to give Josh a hug. Like, it's not even an audible podcast. It's just video of you receiving hugs so that people know you got a hug. Listen, I'm just telling you what the streets are saying. This is the streets.
Okay, what's this comment?
Yeah, Corinne Hernandez. Thank you, Corinne. Thank you for another great episode. Dulcé is a great comedian. I don't think Josh will ever win a debate against Dulcé. Josh is a gentleman. I like the tone of his voice and his smile. I vote for Summer.
Yo, people been talking to Josh like your voice is a panty dropper, dog.
But this is what happened.
But you just be abusing the shit out of him.
Hey, ain't nobody abusing nothing, all right? I make valid and salient points. It is not my fault that pretty voice over here, Luther Vandross, can't keep the fuck up.
I will say, in this scenario, to convey that you're not abusing the shit out of someone, you might want to just have the tone even, so that way it's more believable. I know I'm not being abused, but now I sound abused on behalf of the tone you took just now, where you were like, "Hey." It's like it wasn't an AAA. You know, you could just be like, no one's abusing.
Are you mansplaining me?
I'm maybe a little bit. Just try to help. Just try to throw it out there.
So wait. So since people,
oh God,
even the microphone thought you was lying. Yo, let's go to the next comment, because apparently I am abusive. You know what? This is racist. This is racist.
What I meant.
This is sexist. I will not be as a black. I have won multiple NAACP awards. I have been very black. Okay, I am a CP and an NA.
But you never went to Black Pajama Weekend.
I never even heard of it, Uncle Rick.
You never went to Black Pajama
I've
Weekend?
never even heard of it.
In Gatlinburg. Black people always be going to Gatlinburg. That's what they do down south. We go hang out at white stuff and pretend to be white for 3 days. Then we come back home to racism.
No, you Alabama Negroes go up to Gatlinburg. We have an actual black city. I grew up in Atlanta. We just do shit in the city.
Yeah.
We have pajama jams in the city.
Vanilla versus chocolate.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's the next debate. I don't know.
Hey, man, I've been to Dollywood. It's all right.
It's right, that's right around the corner from the shit. So
I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I only went to Dollywood because I got in for free because I worked at Stone Mountain Park.
Vanilla versus chocolate was the next debate that you two had this season.
Vanilla knows who Vanilla is, and Vanilla's like, listen, I'm flavoring things, okay? Chocolate is heavy, okay? It's going to sit on the tongue. But Vanilla, on the other hand, hey, baby, I'm a bean, and you put me in shit, okay? Your face. I'm doing cakes. I'm doing creams. There's way less processing when you're dealing with vanilla. Chocolate came in to be heavy. Chocolate came in to step on your feet and be like, hey, what's going on? What you doing? Ain't nobody sitting up getting caught with vanilla all on their face. It's not happening. Vanilla has better press because vanilla's a more refined situation. Vanilla's like out here in your whole Halloween. That's what Vanilla's doing. Vanilla's a classy bitch. All right, Vanilla sitting down was like, hey, yeah, Vanilla can't be in everything, okay? You got triple chocolate cakes. You got chocolate on chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. Vanilla comes in, boom, that's the flavor. There's vanilla, and then there's a little vanilla bean. Chocolate, on the other hand, is letting you know it is stepped on like a motherfucker.
chocolate for sure is trying to be a star. Chocolate is like what macaroni and cheese has turned into. Well, now I'm an entree.
No, you're a side.
No,
It's
but what
because-
if I got lobster?
What if I got lobster? What if I got breadcrumbs?
I'm an entree now.
No.
I got bacon in me.
You're a side.
Let's be clear about something. Chocolate is holding all this shit together. Okay? I'm tired of the disrespect. Actually, I told Roy up top what was going to happen. I told him how the season went, all right? You got ahead of me. I'm not going to lie. You got ahead of me a few times across the season, but then I caught up. You know, I feel like we landed pretty evenly.
Dr. Braxey chimed in on this debate you
MD?
had. Maybe. Could be one of them fake doctors like
DD?
Pepper. You never know.
Hey, man, you can get a doctorate in math.
Yeah.
History.
Well, the way they typed this comment, they clearly have a doctorate in chocolate. They said, Dulcé says, stop the video and answer who I think will pick what. I'm going to say Josh will go for chocolate because reasons.
Not a doctor, because if they had a doctorate, they'd have made a dissertation.
And
This is a lie.
Dulcé will go for vanilla because it can be mixed with everything, whereas there are some add-ins that don't blend well with chocolate. So Dr. Braxey got it right.
Wow.
Yeah.
In psychology.
Doctor of the future.
Fareed chimed in. This is the first time watching the podcast on YouTube. I normally listen to the podcast. Is it just me who thought Josh was white? I pictured him to be a white guy with glasses for some reason. What the fuck does this have to do with vanilla or chocolate, Fareed? Why are you in the comments?
Also, why did we pick this comment to talk about?
No, but maybe Fareed thought there was a vanilla versus chocolate on Josh's race. Maybe that's what he thought it was.
We were just trying to do a night way to do white versus black.
And if you listen to the podcast, Fareed, motherfucker, there's a picture of Josh on the goddamn icon in the podcast app.
Wow.
Watching these two is like watching a pair of siblings arguing over the wildest things. That's literally what created this podcast. You two yelling in the hallway,
In Josh's office.
which we could hear into the hallway.
Listen, I knew we were having a good conversation when everybody in the writer's wing would close their doors.
Yes, because they were trying to make a fucking TV show. And
No,
you two was in the
no.
office arguing about spaghetti versus lasagna.
We would only
This
do
was
it.
after rewrite.
This after rewrite.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, I thought
yeah.
y'all was getting it on at like 11 o'clock in the morning.
No, we was working.
No. We really do our jobs.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
And then, so when there's that space between, okay, rewrite's over, we got to tape the show.
Yeah.
That one, whatever hour period.
Yeah.
That's when we'd be talking. So they were just closing their doors and be disrespectful. Because if they wanted to be, not anti-black, they would have joined in on the conversation and learned something. Leave your door open. Learn something about your colleagues.
My favorite day was, so I used to have an office with Randall, Devin, and I. And there was one day where over the course of an hour and a half, every time Devin left and came back, there was another black person in the office. To the point where there really was too many of us.
There was nowhere to sit at a certain point.
I'm pretty sure Jabuki was sitting on a bookcase shelf. Like,
He was sitting on one of those rolling,
yeah.
remember we had like the rolling file cabinets with
Yeah.
the little seat on top?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then somebody was just, and then I think at one point, like, he was sitting on that. I think Randall was just sitting on his desk.
Yeah.
It was, he was like it almost felt like a magic trick.
Enid, everybody was in there.
Everybody.
Ashton, everybody.
Sierra Hunter Lewis. I have to say you do warm my heart with the program that you give us. I suffer a lot of physical pain, and when I say Dulcé's laugh brings me joy, I just love seeing someone love life like me. Many blessings to you both. Now, see, that was a nice...
Shout out to Sierra Hunter Lewis. It's crazy that we got this comment, and then before that, coming at Josh's whole ancestry.
I don't see what the two have to do with each other. But
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That's how wild people be commenting.
Yep.
But that's the thing about YouTube is that you'll have one person that's reflecting on the topic and going, I am a doctor of vanilla and chocolate medicine. And then the next comment is just, hey, I'm in pain over here. I'm hurting. I just love that y'all laughing.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
the next comment will just be like, Negroes. Sarah Phoebe writes, I feel like I'm going to be wrong, but Josh likes pancakes over waffles. He's definitely a vanilla person.
Which means that this person actually stopped.
Yeah, that means they really did stop.
They really did stop.
Wrote their
And
comment.
And guessed.
And then
Before
came
listening to the
back.
episode.
But that's why I did it. Because it's like, I think that if there's a debate, I think if you pick a side early, then I think it makes people more engaged, because then it's like, oh, well, I picked chocolate. One, let's see which one of them picks my side. And then two, let's see how they defend it.
Speaking of waffles, let's look back on another conversation the two of you had about diners versus Waffle Houses. Now, do you already know where I stand on a diner versus a Waffle House? I don't rock with no diner, but here's what the two of you had to say.
Let me kick it to you why I think that diners are just far superior.
Because you're bougie. Go ahead.
Because I'm bougie. Okay, look, all I'm saying is when someone tells me that they're about to give me steak, I just want it to be steak. You know, when I get steak at a diner, I know that that's steak. When I get steak at a Waffle House, that's burger. That's just burger.
No, Waffle House, one, has steaks. Two, why are you ordering a steak at a diner or a Waffle House in the first place? You have set yourself up for failure. This is my issue with, that's on you. You wanted a high quality steak from somewhere whose menu is thick like an encyclopedia. You mean to tell me that you have a turkey dinner, a lobster Florentine or whatever, but also disco fries? What the fuck is happening in here?
I'll tell you right now, what you think is the beast, I think is the beauty. All right. So when I see that chapter book laid out in front of me, I'm like, wow, I really have options in life. I could try something and get something that I already like as a backup. So am I gonna get a pasta with a burger? Maybe. I'm crazy like that. I can get wild like that because I can get wild like that because I'm at a diner right now. I'm not limited to the.
You're gonna get a grilled cheese and you're gonna get grilled cheese.
House.
You're gonna get a grilled cheese and a chicken Alfredo. You fucking child.
I'm gonna get a grilled cheese. I'm gonna get spaghetti. I'm gonna go ahead and.
No.
I'm gonna get grilled cheese. I'm gonna get spaghetti. And you know what? Just to top it off, just because I can. Because this is what options in life do for you, because when you go to a diner, you're your own little Elon Musk. You're your own little Jeff Bezos. They're going to space. I'm out here having orange juice, chocolate milk.
With a Monte Cristo sandwich.
A side of fries and a Monte Cristo sandwich.
Over for your stomach. Over.
This is how you train your stomach.
I gotta say,
to go to war?
Yeah.
I gotta say it's Waffle House all day for a lot of reasons.
All
that
day,
I don't have time
every
to
day.
analyze right now.
Get your life together.
Rebecca Wilhelm, quote, I feel like Dulcé and Josh need to take a road trip together in order for each other at Waffle House and diners. Love this.
Now
that's wild. That's, yeah.
You two on the road would be good. That's like some...
Yeah.
I don't like the Bourdain comparison, but I think it's some Stanley Tucci find in Italy. But y'all just like
Bro, Stanley
find in
Tucci can
South.
still get it.
Okay, now that was a left turn. I didn't know that we needed to take. I'm going to pull up the next comment.
You need to know. Y'all try to act like...
Stanley Tucci, if you're listening, the Daily Show offices are located at the corner of 11th Avenue and 52nd. Lindsay says, quote, I'm a Louisiana girl, Team Waffle House. Love you, Josh, but I'm with D. Waffle House for the win. I like to watch my food being fixed. When a hurricane shut down the whole city down for weeks, Waffle House was still open, and we were able to eat and charge our gadgets. All-star breakfast, scrambled eggs, bacon grits with cheese, toast, and a pecan waffle.
Let me tell you something. We talked about the Waffle House Index and the fact that the government uses a Waffle House to figure out how dangerous and what's going on in a city when a hurricane, when the Lord himself has spun through your city and made everything soaking fucking wet. How dare you? How dare you? You know what, Josh? This lets me know that you don't You don't support convicted felons. That's what that means. Because nobody supports someone. No one keeps recidivism down better than a Waffle House.
Here's the thing with diners that I think
Fix your face.
that I can't appreciate that I think Josh is also gravitating towards. It's a more communal experience, and this is having worked at a Shoney's. Worked at
I love Shoney's.
Shoney's ain't nothing but a diner, low key. It's just a diner that's. I'm just saying it was
Watch your
marketed
mouth.
as a family restaurant, but it's straight up Denny's vibes. It's straight up
Is Denny's the diner?
Bob Evans. Yeah,
Yeah,
Denny's is
Denny's is a
marketed.
diner.
They market themselves as a diner.
Yeah.
It's high end.
Yeah.
It's a high end diner.
Mm-hmm.
Denny's is a diner?
The seats are
Yeah.
too comfortable, so it makes you think it's not a diner, but it's diner vibes.
Because I've been to all these diners here, and I can tell you I'm very unimpressed.
The songwriting cat. Why is there so much attacking Josh in these comments on YouTube? I feel like Josh lost when he was describing his diner order, and I remembered how many times he's admitted to having food poisoning.
Yo, people really listen to this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, the food
How many
poisoning
times
was
have
on
you-
my other podcast, so yeah, I think that's a
Crossover.
yeah.
Wow,
that's
this is
little
a
bit
fan.
cross. Yeah, it's a fan. Yeah, it's been quite a few. It's been a lot, because I'll get adventurous.
Listen, I saw you fight a piece of fish in Miami. So
I mean, I just think diners, it all is what it is. You're not going for any real experience.
all I'm saying is that I know diner food can't be fresh because there's too much stuff on the menu.
Yeah, it's too many options.
It's too many options. Like I said, you cannot have a full turkey so stuffing, cranberry sauce, gravy, so you have a turkey dinner and fixings.
Mm-hmm.
It's July.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just got dressing in the cut like that? Because I know y'all ain't make this dressing fresh today.
I mean, maybe y'all need to open your mind. Okay, maybe y'all need to hope for something bigger.
Listen,
All right.
And you eat that. You eat some dressing in July, it's going to open your ass.
Look,
your stomach is closed for business on a regular basis, so I can't even.
I eat at Waffle House, says A. Jack. When I like to have my food, I like it with a side of danger.
Now listen, have I been to a Waffle House and seen a fight?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have I also seen a fight in a bar? Yes. Have I also seen a fight in a Bennigan's? Absolutely.
Yeah, I think Waffle House gets a bad rap on the
They act like they're the only restaurant that has fights.
Wait. A bad rap, though?
Have you ever been to a sports lounge?
I've been to
Google
plenty
Burger
of-
King fight. Burger King fight almost
McDonald's
nearly
keep a
as
fight.
many results as Waffle House fight.
So it goes from searching the internet as someone who loves fights. I love fights. I watch the fights every weekend.
You
and
do
then
like the
I watch,
MMAs?
I watch the fights in the middle of the week, and I'll watch the Waffle House fights, Burger King fights. It goes McDonald's, because they have the most locations. Burger King, because they have some of the they have the angriest employees, and also the customers at Burger King really are a little bit trained. Like when the fight kicks off at Burger King, there's leg kicks thrown, there's like attempts at chokes and stuff. Waffle
Getting to
House,
fight like a judge. Let's go to the card.
Waffle House feels like it has more of a
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter vibe, yeah, because you'll see little Hadoukens thrown. You'll see like jumps. You'll see moves that don't make any sense.
The waitress who caught the chair.
The waitress who
Let
caught
me
the
tell
chair.
you something.
Yeah,
That girl done been through some shit.
yeah.
The way that white girl caught that chair, I was like, is she at the house?
Somebody flung a chair at a Waffle House waitress from at least 10 feet away, and she caught it by the leg.
Caught it by the leg
the way-
mid-air.
The way
And
Thor
spun
catches
it out
his
of the way.
hammer in
Yeah.
an Avengers movie.
And then threw it back.
The way Thor throws his
Yo,
hammer in an
let me tell you
Avengers
something. Somebody hire that girl. Her skills are wasted.
movie. Now, here's one I need some explaining because I didn't listen to this episode. Naorin wrote, Josh, you nasty for that one. I'm not dipping my spanakopita in anything except some tzatziki.
So spanakopita is a Greek dish.
Okay.
So basically, think of it's a pastry.
Mm-hmm.
So think of like it's layered. So it's like
Phyllo dough.
yeah. So phyllo dough, and then it's spinach and cream cheese. No, spinach and feta cheese, and it's in layered, and then it's all encased in like a It's all it's like a triangle shape sometimes, or it's more like a pie.
Yeah.
So it's like put you in the mind like a lasagna.
pies like a lasagna, the little triangles are like little empanadas.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a triangle empanada with like spinach and feta cheese inside and it's layered up.
All right, I'm with it.
Okay. There's 1,000 things on your menu. So it's like, oh, there's spanakopita and chili. What the hell's going on in here? So, jack of all trades.
So that's in the chili, but yeah. Keep going.
I cannot wait. till people hear you say, dip the spanakopita in the chili. You are a wild man. I love you, but that was a phrase. That was a wild phrase. Dip the spanakopita in the chili. Oh, the Lord can't bless you living like that. I knew people were gonna lose their mind.
The only thing you're supposed to dip in chili is grilled cheese
or crackers.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You can dip grilled cheese into chili?
Yes.
I'm just never done it. I don't know. It was always crackers for me.
Yeah, I mean either or, but or you dip the grilled cheese in the tomato soup. I know people do.
Yeah,
that too.
yeah, I've done that. That one, yeah.
But also oyster crackers. Are they on oysters or is it because they're?
I think they're
that's
built like
shape,
oyster. Yeah, it's like
puffed out in the middle.
Here's one thing I will say in defense of a diner though. Like I do appreciate the fact that you can have multiple options if you don't know what you want. So like when you're drunk, we went one night, myself, I can say this publicly, we've talked about it in the past, myself and a bunch of the Impractical Jokers, this is pre-Daily Show. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, I was always end up at a comedy festival and would hang with them.
I love Sal.
So it's me, Sal, Joe Gatto, and Merp. Q is the responsible one of the four because he's a firefighter. And so
the square-headed one with the goatee?
Yeah. He's very much, well, let's do what's right. We were drunk at a Denny's in Phoenix. And when I tell you we ordered everything, we had breakfast, we had a steak, we had a salad, we had a Moons Over Miami.
Moons Over Miami!
We had at least 15 different things, and we just sampled from all of them. And you can't do that at a Waffle House. You can't. Like, Waffle House is very much a lock-in on one thing type of thing. So when you're drunk and your palate expands and you kind of want chocolate cake, but you kind of want some spanakopita, but you kind of want some chili.
You kind of want some adventure.
Yeah, you go, fuck it. What would it taste like if I dipped this shit in chili?
Waffle House has chili.
But Waffle House don't have spanakopita. Waffle House ain't got turkey and dressing. What if you want chocolate cake and turkey and dressing?
You want to throw up because you're drunk.
Maybe
you're fucking irresponsible.
Maybe you just like options.
Maybe you just like gastric bypass because you're going to bypass all your gastric
also,
when you grow the fuck up.
Last point I'll say about it, since everybody jumping on me like I'm crazy for liking diners a little bit more than I like Waffle House, is that diners are the right type of concession for everybody that you're hanging out with. Because then when you show up, somebody can get the breakfast food they want. Somebody can get the spaghetti that they want.
So you like the all lives matter of restaurants.
Why would you do that?
You know what's interesting about you two is that you will force people to think about things they've never thought about at a depth that they've never had to analyze it and then actually have an opinion. Chicken soup versus tomato soup, of which I am team chicken soup because there are enough varieties of chicken. There's ways to augment and freestyle chicken soup. You can add noodles, you can add extra meat, you can change the viscosity. Tomato stay tomato. Let's just see what you two had to say.
If we're really bringing chicken noodle soup up against tomato soup, that counts everything. All right,
I didn't say chicken noodle soup. I said chicken.
I'm talking marinaras.
Wait. You're saying any liquid that's
any
tomato
liquid tomato is tomato soup. All right, and
like salsa. You're counting salsa
as tomato soup. Let's do it. Okay.
So any tomato based anything.
Tomato soup.
Ketchup.
Tomato soup.
Cocktail sauce.
Tomato soup.
Salsa.
Tomato soup.
Gazpacho.
Tomato soup.
Prego. Ragu.
Tomato soup.
Marinara sauce is tomato soup.
Tomato soup.
So you're saying tomato paste is
tomato soup.
So if someone opens a can of ragu,
Yeah.
pasta sauce,
Okay.
throws it in a bowl,
Yep.
heats it up,
Mm-hmm.
tomato soup.
Tomato soup. So I am saying
Wild.
this because
Wild.
I feel like in the
can't be
last
trusted.
episode
You can't be
with the
trusted.
diners versus the Waffle House, what ended up happening, because I got eaten alive, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah. Which is why now, everything is tomato soup. We're going all tomato soup, okay? I will not lose again.
And you flew too close to the sun, Icarus. Your wings melted. You understand? Them feathers fell from the sky like a goose that got hit by a plane.
I think that's the thing, though, but that's a fair point that Josh brings up. Tomato soup is just a base and the viscosity or whatever, right? But once you add onions and carrots and
Have you
bell
tried
peppers,
to make tomato soup at home? I've tried to make it. You can't get it smooth. I don't know what they doing over at Campbell's, but it's always
It's blending.
no. I got an emergent blender. I have disposable income. I was like, I'm gonna figure this out, and I think you have to strain it, but then you lose so much. I was like, there was the vegetable there.
Yeah, but you can throw something back in.
But that's interesting, though, that everything that you use to augment chicken soup, if you put that in tomato soup, now it's a sauce that must be served with something else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
It's
if you're
been
saying
done
if
dirty.
you put onions in chicken soup, it tastes better. If you put onions in tomato soup, it's sauce.
I'm saying that chicken soup has an advantage because no matter what you put in it, it's still seen societally. It's still perceived as soup. If you augment tomato soup with anything else, it's seen as a sauce that must be served on top of or alongside.
I think it's just texture because if you got a pasta that had a sauce as loose as tomato soup, you'd be like, oh, I've been conned, and I'm obviously at a diner.
Or you're in a public school.
Okay.
Or you're in a public school.
Okay. So I feel like what's actually happening is that Roy is the first person to truly see what I was saying when I was saying it.
I see.
All right. Everyone was acting like I was crazy.
No.
All right.
No. But Roy didn't say ketchup was tomato soup. He just said if you add real vegetables because there's more rustic types of tomato soup now where if you keep messing with it, it's gonna be marinara sauce.
Correct. It's a little thicker and lumpier, but it's still just tomatoes.
I was here. I also heard what Roy said when Roy said it.
Because here's the thing. If you take chicken soup, and put noodles in it, it is chicken noodle soup. It stays soup. If you put noodles in tomato soup, it's pasta, which somehow the pasta takes precedent.
Do you see
over
what I'm
the
saying?
tomato.
Yes,
So now
exactly.
The soup is diminished because
So
the
what point are
pasta
you
showed
making?
up.
Because when I said
So
that,
that's why you say tomato soup is better because you put one thing in it and it becomes something else.
I'm
No,
saying
no,
that
I'm not
it
even talking
loses
about
the
better
title
anymore.
Of soup the
Yeah.
moment another ingredient is
Right,
present
but
in
you're
the bowl.
saying it loses the title of soup when it becomes something else. You're saying that no matter what it is, it's always going to be soup. So he's not agreeing with you at all.
No, I am. I'm
Yeah.
agreeing. I'm agreeing
Yeah.
with him on the grounds that.
So then, but if we're going up, so if everything is tomato
Well,
soup
not ketchup, of course. He's a lunatic. But
and scene,
Prego.
No.
Prego. What
done.
is Prego but that rustic tomato soup you talking about?
I'm not. No, listen. This is what
Ragu is the same.
I didn't say that marinara sauce wasn't tomato soup. I'm saying that what did Tasha B said, Josh was a self-sabotaging tyrant on this one. That is wild.
Because you threw in ketchup and all the other
And
ridiculous
salsa.
shit.
no, you threw in ketchup and I couldn't back down. All right. That's what happened.
Oh my God, they're on your neck.
Yeah,
Wait,
don't
wait.
put words in my mouth.
Indeed.
Wait. I still can't believe.
Christopher Smith.
So Christopher Smith got on Al Gore's internet and said, I still can't believe Josh said this. My entire church prayed for you. Your name is still on the weekly prayer list. I even thought about calling intercessors. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen right now. I am taking a picture. of
Intercessor.
this.
That is a deep cut.
Let me, if you don't, you have to, not only do you have to go to church, you have to go to Southern church. Because I don't know if Yankees have intercessory prayer. Somebody is waking up at 6 a.m. to pray for you, Josh.
And I appreciate it. All right. But we've already established what happened
What?
You know, I wasn't running around the streets of New York saying that ketchup is tomato soup.
Like
all
the British were coming?
My back was against the wall.
Your back had
All right.
plenty of space.
And I had to fight back. And so we ended up with a little bit of like...
No. I was testing how far you would go. If
Uh-huh.
you said anything tomato-based,
Yeah.
because I said ketchup, you could have said no. You could have said a ketchup.
But then you'd have tried to use that to trip him up. He's
No.
gotta go all in. And see, this is the
No.
perfect
You could have
example
said
of politics
ketchup.
today.
No, you could say ketchup. Ketchup is too far. And I'd have gone, you're right. And thank you for coming back.
Coming back, okay.
You Wile E. Coyote jumped off a cliff.
And that's why politics is so divided, because you can't be a moderate. You can't be a ketchup moderate. You have to be fully entrenched in Camp Ketchup, even to the point of sounding ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
What about purple ketchup? Is that still tomato soup?
That's just food coloring. So it's the same as before. Purple ketchup?
Yeah, why don't they make ketchup from green tomatoes?
I don't think it has the right sugar content.
Oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah, a little bit on
They're
that.
very sour.
Oh, here's RD. I like this one from RD. Making the claim that all liquids with tomato are tomato soup is a very special level of insanity. Thank you, RD.
A lot of quotes in here.
Yeah, I agree with that. It can't be all liquids, but I understand what Josh is saying, Dulce.
No. What I want to know is,
Mm-hmm.
were you saying these things to try to win? Or were you saying these things because you actually believe them?
I'm saying these things to make a point that helps tomato soup keep up with chicken soup. Because exactly what Roy is saying was exactly my point in the debate. Chicken soup is, you said it yourself. I remember. You made a very great point that every culture over time has had chicken soup, right? But what I'm saying is that those same cultures had tomato soup, but they didn't know it. Because what
But
we
not
do
only
with...
culture had tomatoes.
Not
Everybody had chickens.
Not every culture had tomatoes, but tomato soup was coming through with a lot more than just that one blended Campbell's can.
Tomato as a whole serving the culinary palette across different cultures is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that
I
a
got
lot
that.
of cultures didn't.
Didn't have tomatoes, I understand. But
Or
as soon
still
as
to
they
this day
did,
don't really fuck with tomatoes.
as soon as they did though, what'd they make? A little bit of salsa. What'd they make? A little bit of spaghetti. What did they make? Tomato soup. I'm saying
I'm saying there are more cultures that have chicken soup than have tomato soup.
And I can't
to
fight
this
you on
day.
that. I can't fight you on that, but I'm just trying to show you it's not 1 versus 10, you know?
What is this?
Truth Avalon. Read this one, D.
I primarily listen to these episodes, but I ran to YouTube to watch Dulcé's face as Josh is making the last-ditch argument, and I am not disappointed.
Oh, Joshua. You have to defend it all the way to the end. You have to defend the lie, no matter what. Oh, thank you.
See? I was looking at these videos going, my skin looks amazing. Abba, sis, Efioma, I apologize for saying that. Dulcé gets extra points because her skin is on the glow up. Yes, it was. I was looking at episodes going, my skin looked good, but I didn't want to say nothing wild. But I am so glad. See, I know, I've been looking at my skin these past couple episodes. I'm like, one, you know why my skin looked like that? Because it was warm outside.
Summertime.
Yeah.
I'm a summertime beach. You understand? Summertime beach. We're not supposed to even be in this climate.
Finally, somebody standing up for Josh. Spoff writes.
That's the person that... Spoff.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's real name. Did you write this comment, Josh?
No, that wasn't me. Why would it? This is the first time anybody's been accused of writing one of the comments, and it's me, and it's for some backing up what I'm saying.
Wait, Joshua is kind of right. Technically, all that stuff is tomato soup.
Serial killer.
Boom.
Okay, first of all, the dab,
Don't dab.
take
Yeah.
it back.
Don't do that.
Take it back.
I'll never take it back.
Don't do that.
I hated that. I have a piece of apple ready for you.
I dab when I sneeze.
I don't.
Monster.
Nah, fuck it, man. I'm with you, bro. D, I'm sorry.
That's your business. That's the God you pray to.
Ketchup is tomato soup.
How?
Out here.
It's just viscosity.
Yeah.
How do you
You're
mean?
just arguing viscosity.
It's literally just a change in the level of water.
and salt, vinegar and sugar.
So then isn't everything ketchup then?
No, you have it with a spoon. Soup.
You can eat ketchup with a spoon.
That depends on how you look at it.
You can eat salsa with a spoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then how is everything not salsa?
If you want to reverse things, that's up to you. I'm just saying.
What I'm saying is, how
arguing-
is everything not marinara sauce?
So then
Well, the episode wasn't chicken soup versus ketchup. It was chicken soup versus tomato soup.
Then I
So
could
then
just
I made
say-
my tomato soup points.
Then I could just say chicken soup is ramen. It's ramen with less noodles.
But you don't have to put noodles in chicken soup.
Everything is ramen. You ain't got to put noodles in ramen to make it ramen. It's just broth and some shit in a bowl.
No, ramen is the noodles. If you don't put ramen in noodles,
I don't have to know. Who says who? Who set these rules?
it's ramen. That's like saying you can have spaghetti without having noodles.
You can.
That's
You
just a bowl of marinara sauce. You didn't have spaghetti. You just had poverty.
I see why you do this every episode. This shit is fun, bro. Riling her up for no reason.
I'm not riled up. You can't have ramen soup without the noodles. You can't have spaghetti without noodles. Can you have lasagna if there's no noodles?
It's like you can't win with her. It's like she's always ready.
Yeah.
You can't.
I have a brother, bro.
Yeah.
See, the thing about this is what y'all don't remember is Josh has no siblings.
Oh. You coming in at a disadvantage, bro.
Truly.
Yeah. And I still fought my way through all season out here by myself. Fighting for my life.
What'd you tell me? All my life I had to fight.
Is this Matilde?
Matilde Vargone.
In his evil, must be evil, desire to win at any cost, Josh has gone too far.
All caps.
That's the only sensible reaction anyone could have to his silly self in this debate. Chicken soup wins.
Not his silly self.
Yeah.
Listen, Josh, I applaud you for being willing to take up this mantle. Because you knew it was wild when you said it.
But look, we could go on to another episode. We could go on to a whole other episode.
We probably should.
Where I'm at least making.
I've never been called evil. Not to my face. Well, not on the internet.
Well, nonetheless, this has been a joy for you all to have me here and listen to you two go back and forth.
Yeah, we did it. Listen, Josh, you know how to wrap us up.
Well, that wraps up our season finale of Hold Up. Dulcé and I can't thank you enough for tuning in each week, sharing your love for the show, and even helping us decide which topics to debate and get way, way too mad about. We're about to take a little break, resting, recuperating. That's a lie. We're grinding, all right? You already know. We won't stop. We can't stop. Feel free to binge all Hold Up episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. While you're in there, make sure to check out our other shows in the TDS podcast universe like The Daily Show Ears Edition, Beyond the Scenes, and Jordan Klepper Fingers the Conspiracy. We hope you enjoy them all, and we'll see you all soon.
Waffle House forever.